welcome to Simply Kendrick. Today, we're doing a comfort food classic. We're doing a homemade chili. Before we dive into this video, don't forget to subscribe to this channel, hit that notification, and share this video. Let's get it, let's go. Alright guys, let me introduce you to our ingredients. Have 2 pounds of lean ground beef, 4 cups of chicken broth, have my crushed tomatoes, I have my fire roasted tomatoes, I have my chipotle sauce, I have my black beans, I have my kidney beans, I have my pinto beans. We're going with the onion, green bell pepper, red bell pepper, I have my tomato paste, my garlic paste, and then I have 1 teaspoon of kosher salt, 1 teaspoon of white pepper, 1 teaspoon of sugar, I have 1 teaspoon of oregano, 1 teaspoon of cumin, 3 tablespoons of chili powder, I have 1 teaspoon of smoked paprika, 1 teaspoon of cayenne pepper, 1 teaspoon of all-purpose seasoning, 1 teaspoon of garlic powder, 1 teaspoon of onion powder. Let's build this chili. Let's enjoy it. Let's go. All right, guys, let's get started on browning our ground beef. I'm going to start with a tablespoon of oil. We're going to just let this cook down and brown. Going to ground it up. And we're just going to build flavors on top of flavors. Alright guys, now that our ground beef is forming, we're just going to add a little pepper, salt. And we're going to finish grounding this up. Alright guys, now that our ground beef is done, we're just going to remove it. Just going to actually sit it in the strainer. And then we'll add our vegetables. Alright guys, our ground beef is removed. And this oil here, I want to leave that in there. Nothing but flavor. Then we're just going to add our onions. And toss in our bell pepper. And we're going to cook these vegetables down until they're nice and soft. Alright guys, now that we have our vegetables nice and soft, I'm going to go ahead and add our seasonings. And it's smelling so good. I'm just going to cook this down for about a minute or so. Alright guys, we're going to add a teaspoon of our garlic paste. Now that we got this in, then we're going to add about 2 cups of our beef broth. I say 2 cups because we're going to come back and add it towards the end, the remaining of the beef broth. But we're going to let this kind of cook down a little bit, along with a tablespoon of our tomato paste. Along with our chipotle and adobo sauce for heat. I mean, it's smelling good. This is what we want. Alright guys, at this time we have let our seasoning cook. Now we're just going to add our crushed tomatoes. And we're going to use our fire roasted tomatoes. And we're just gonna let this just cook slowly together. And like I say, we're just gonna build our flavors. I mean, it is looking good, smelling good. All right, guys, at this time, we're gonna add our beans that have been washed and cleaned. Just gonna stir those in. And we're gonna add another cup of our beef broth. And we're just gonna let this cook over medium heat. Just to let our beans cook well. So we're gonna slow cook these for about 45 minutes. And then we'll come back and add our beef and allow that to cook with it. All right, guys, our beans are definitely looking good. They're nice and tender. All right, you see how kind of soupy it looks? So this is when we're gonna add our refried beans. I'm only adding half of the can to the refried beans. And we're just gonna let this use as a thickening agent. Since we're using beans in our chili, that way we don't have to make a slurry or use any kind of flour or cornmeal, anything to thicken it up. So we're just gonna use beans on top of that, except with the refried beans, we're just gonna use this. Oh my God, it's smelling good, it's looking good. We're gonna let this cook for a few minutes, and then we're gonna add our ground beef, and we're gonna be ready for some chili soon. All right, guys, our chili have been slow cooking for a while now. We're just gonna incorporate our beef in the chili. This is what we want, guys. Look how gorgeous this looks. This is what you want. This is chili. Incorporating with our beans, the right texture. This is what we want. Looking good. It's definitely smelling good. Now, we're gonna come back. I'm just gonna add our sugar and add the rest of our white pepper and salt. And then we're just gonna let this cook for a few minutes, and then it'll be time to plate up soon. So we're gonna let this slow cook a little longer for about 5 to 7 minutes, and it'll be time to plate up. Look how gorgeous this chili looks. All right, guys, our chili is ready. It's time to plate up, and let's give it a taste test. All right, guys, moment of truth. Delicious chili with beans. It's delicious. Hey, thank you for joining Simply Kendrick. Till next time, don't forget to subscribe to this channel, share this video, hit that notification, spread love. Peace out.